Candles, fibs, crosses, EMAs. It's the tools of the day trade. Don't be a noob and trade on websites that don't give you BitBoy bonuses. Click the link in the description to get set up on Bybit or Femex and get an insane sign-up bonus for being part of the Bit Squad. Leverage trade responsibly, but do it the right way on Femex or Bybit. Bonus details in the links below.
BitBoy Crypto Morning Tea. Good morning, everybody. It's October 4th, 2021. My name's Piano Matty B. That is Scaramucci's. And this is your Morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing, all the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the data. The FOMO index has climbed to 54 from yesterday's 49. And nosy Miss Newsbaum social media market sentiment in a rent control department in Queens is at 69. Bitcoin dominance is at 42.5%. 24-hour volume is at 90 billion. And the overall market cap is 2.1 trillion, back over the 2 trillion point. Give or take 100 million. Over on the 4-hour chart, we see price action rally to our ladder of hope and optimism of 48.2. which was our target for the weekend. And once it got there, it immediately texted the consolidatrix, and they shacked up all weekend long at their secret retreat in the Mayan Riviera. Besides some walks on the beaches and some early morning yoga with world-renowned market healer Bubba Blockchain, they had a fairly chill 48 hours. They did manage to sneak in a surprise concert by the Dippin' Pump Saturday night, as price action dropped $1,000 only to rally back up and over 48.2 to peak out at 49.2. Early Sunday morning, price action received a manic phone call from the 20 moving average saying that they needed to meet up ASAP, and if price action didn't come to them, well, they will come to price action. They decided to meet halfway by the Tijuana-San Diego border at about 47.4, and they've been inseparable ever since. Now, we all have that melodramatic friend that always mountains, molehills, and tends to something nothings in order to justify the mystery and seemingly pointless journey of human existence. And that, my friends, is the 20 moving average. I fear its negative influence may drag price action down to candlestick, these existential wicks down at 46.7-ish, an attempt to convince price action that living is suffering and existence needs adversity to honor its role within the universe. And well, sometimes you need to let people candlestick existential wicks without judgment so they can get on with their journey. And in our case, our journey is up and over 50K. Let's map it out, shall we? On the daily chart, our first rung on the ladder of optimism and hope will be at 49.2K. We've been here before, so we know it's not slimy and it has no zebra muscles to cut our tootsies on. After that, we will be at the psychological rung of 50K. Now, that rung doesn't actually exist, it's only in our minds. So while the distance from 49K to 50 is nominal at best, the psychological depth to it is exponential. It may as well be an entire ladder onto itself. Once we manage to overcome our fear of success, the 50, the next stop is our favorite fib level, the goldenest of golden ratios, the 1.618 level at 51K-ish. It's more of a pocket than a level. It's kind of like that castle that Eddie Murphy traveled to in the 1986 box office comedy smash, The Golden Child, where he and his co-star up-and-comer Charlotte Lewis traveled to the Andes to attain the lost dagger of Ajante, only to realize that he'd always had it in his heart, metaphorically speaking, anyways. The Golden Child wanted the knife, and we want to get up above the golden ratio. Once we realized the ability to rise up and above it was always in our hearts from the beginning, metaphorically speaking, that is, it will be smooth sailing to 53.4. Some confirmations of bullish momentums to push our golden child up the mountain is this sweet little cross on the MACD. Always a bullish feather in one's cap. And one may argue that there is some substantial positive divergence building up as we see some nice volume increasing right here. But we've basically stayed rather flat up here. Volume up. Price action flat. The pressure has to be relieved. The harmony of the universe must be restored, and the only way to restore it is for price action to climb the ladder of optimism and hope. And grab that dagger of Ajante. The financial fate of the galaxy just may hang in the balance. So remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected lead. That's right, it's a long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. BitBoy Crypto Morning Tea.
For tonight.